Ma! Ma! Madea! Ma, you still there? Ma! Madea!
Tyler Perry is back as Madea and frighteningly funny, and a civil rights icon is also at the box office along with a terrifying snowman. Joining us to break down the three big movies right now, film critic Lonita Cook.
Hello, hello.
Lonita, great to see you.
Always happy to be here.
I saw you last night at the Snowman. We'll get to that in a second. But first, let's start with the heavy one, Marshall.
Marshall, yes.
Based on the real life of Thurgood Marshall, who was the first African-American justice of the Supreme Court.
Yes, so Chadwick Boseman, he is kind of the biopic king right now.
Yes.
And I really love what he brings to the characters. He his expressiveness is just, he's able to bring the weight of the time, because he's played characters.
Jackie Robinson in
Jackie
42.
Robinson, who have gone through these politically changing times, these racially heavy times, and he really knows how to toe the line of history and express it for the present.
His career has just taken off. With Jackie Robinson, that's when he became a household name.
Yes.
Now playing Thurgood Marshall.
And then he's going to be Black Panther, so he is really going into the stratosphere as an actor.
And taking on those really meaty roles.
Really meaty roles.
The opposite of that would be our next movie, The Snowman, which we saw last night.
We saw together.
I brought my dad. I looked down, I saw Lonita. I was like, sweet, I'm in good company. So what did you, after the movie, we looked at each other and said, we're not talking about it until tomorrow morning. Okay, what did you think of the movie?
So, anybody who's taken a entry-level acting class is familiar with the David Mamet play Cold. And so anytime that the weather kind of, the cold, the bleakness, the just being icy, chilly, when that is supposed to be,
it takes place in Oslo.
It takes place in Oslo,
stunning.
and it's beautiful. But I'm wondering if they really captured that chilliness. For me, it was a thriller without the thrills.
It was. That was the weird part. If I'm going to a scary movie, I want to be terrified.
Yes.
And instead I looked over and my dad had fallen asleep.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes.
And he like popped out of his nap to say, what happened?
When I'm in a screening with an audience, I like to look around and see how people are feeling, because it wasn't the kind of movie where we're laughing a lot, and so you know, like, you're with it. So I'm looking around, and I do see some people attentive, but there are a lot of people just not engaged.
The plot seemed, and I don't know, you're the professional here, but I was trying to follow the plot, and there were so many ins and outs, but the cast itself, Lonita, was so stacked that I think you go into that expecting it to be with Fassbender, Chloe Sevigny.
So I think the problem here is that it's being kind of advertised as this traditional horror film, and when you get there, it's more of a long indie film where it's, like you said, the plot is stacked. There are a lot of like big names, like Val Kilmer.
He came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere, and you're not really sure how the plot connects, and it's really long. Me, I liked it. I was engaged, but I can say that I don't think a traditional audience is gonna enjoy it.
What about this next one? A traditional audience will enjoy, because it's Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's Boo to Madea Halloween. Lonita, Tyler Perry said he wanted to do something that provided 100 minutes of nonstop laughter.
Because I think we need that right now. I know that we are tragedy and a lot of stuff going on, so we need a good Halloween laugh, a lot of fun, and I think Madea brings it every time. I do.
Madea, everyone's going to go because it's Madea. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is very, he plays his cards close to the vest, and he does not do screenings very often.
Not for the smaller markets. And so it's when we go out and we see the movies and we're talking about him, it's because we really love him. We really love what his brand stands for in the industry, how he's pushing the industry forward in the ways that he's responsible for that. And so when we are talking about it, especially here in KC, it's because we've gone out, we've taken the initiative, we've gone to see that movie.
Oftentimes, and I've heard this described as film critics will be elitist.
Yes.
And they would be like, boo, slapstick comedy, when the rest of the world is like, thank God,
yeah,
a slapstick comedy.
We have standards. We have a great repertoire of classics and all these, that we know. And then you have kind of this silly fun that comes along, and you have to weigh it, sometimes against what you believe in, but I like to weigh it against if I'm having fun.
Well, that's why we love having Lonita Cook on here, because you see it like the rest of us, and it's great to always have your take on these movies. Film critic Lonita Cook, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Looks like we're all headed to Madea. Lonita, I'm sitting next to you.